Hey, if you can't be yourself or make your own decisions, I'll be like, I'm cool.
You want me to lose? No, I'm not perfect, and I deserve it. No, you scream my name in the middle of Spain like Turkey, yo. I got a story, got a movie, but nobody knows. Believe me, I'm real, believe me, I'm true, for real.
Alright, how is it going, y'all? It's your boy VeLL back with another Mobile Legends tips and tricks video, and we're going to be doing a how-to guide on playing Karrie. A lot of you all have been asking me for it, so first off, go ahead and click the link in the description, or at the end of the video, go ahead and get you a nice little build that I created. This is the build that I use. I really like it. For a hero like Karrie, me personally, I think that she does a lot of damage very, very quickly, so attack speed is huge on her because she attacks super fast, and also lifesteal because she attacks super fast again. So because she has all that attack speed, she get a bunch of lifesteal back. So yeah, that's basically my logic behind the build, and that's what I created that for, as you'll see if you watch the video. So basically in my build videos, I like to break down and explain why I'm doing the things that I'm doing, so people just aren't blindly following, but they actually understand why I'm doing it, and in some way, shape, or form understand how to play the hero, because that's one of the biggest flaws I see in Mobile Legends. Now, I say this all the time, I sound like a broken record, but people are watching so many videos that just has people playing with stupid builds and just destroying people. Then everybody thinks they can get a stupid build and destroy people, and then we just have a bunch of stupid builds in Mobile Legends, and they realize, no, you can't destroy anyone, you're just going to keep catching L's. But anyway, yeah, so go ahead and get you something nice, get you that nice little build I have, and let's get into the video. So basically, when it comes to using Karrie, the one thing that you have to keep in mind is her passive. Her passive gives, for every 5 hits, she gives off some true damage. She gives like what, 7 to 13% of true damage. Now, this might not seem like a lot. You like every 5 hits, that's gonna take forever to get 5 hits on somebody. But think about how fast Karrie hits. Once she hits her ultimate, that's how much damage in itself. Like, so she hits twice as fast. So she's gonna hit you with 2 attacks as 1 very quickly, then 2 more attacks very quickly, then 2 more attacks, and then that 6th attack is gonna be true damage. And then like she attacks so fast that she can get to 5 hits very, very quickly, and that's what makes her such a big threat. She will literally melt through people's health, and that's why she's that's why she is the best ADC in the game right now, because she will melt someone's health very quickly, and then she'll get health back. Like literally so many situations, especially you'll see in this gameplay, I'm surrounded by what, 3-4 people, and it's very hard to take me down. And I know that a lot of people said they didn't like to play Karrie because she was so squishy, but you have to really have the right build, you have to have the right play style with her. Now obviously I still went down in those like 3 to 1 situations, or those 4 to 1 situations where I was by myself taking on the majority of the team, because yeah, she's not a tank. She's not going to be able to survive that for too long, especially with all the burst damage these heroes do now. Like, it used to be survivable at some point in Mobile Legends before Cyclops came, who can trap you, and then he can hit you with a bunch of burst damage. Like, before he came into the game, it's a lot of stuff that's changed in Mobile Legends. So yeah, you can't really survive being focused by a bunch of people like you used to be able to, but she's still very valuable. So the way that you're going to be playing this hero is you got to keep in mind that she does have an escape. She has an escape, and she has an initiation. So if you use her B ability allows you to just swoop in and destroy somebody, or it allows you to get away. It helps you get away, it helps you have that movement speed. And the one thing that I like to run on her in conjunction with that is Inspire. But I also want to give you a tip and trick that I use a lot. I don't use my Inspire all the time. You don't just want to spam the Inspire or use it every single time it's up. You have to be logical about when you use it. So when I use it when I need to do a lot of damage very quickly. So if someone has overextended and I know that I can take them out as long as I use Inspire, that's the situation where I'll use then. So I will use it to secure 1 kill, because that kill can be worth it. Especially if you look on the minimap, this is key. Look on the mini-map and make sure none of the other teammates are missing. Make sure no one's ganking you, no one's plotting on you, because sometimes when people overextend, it's baiting you. They're baiting you, so you step out and try to attack them, then their other teammates will come out and attack you. You have to be on the lookout for that. Once you see the other teammates on the mini-map, then you engage. You just use everything. You hit your ultimate, you hit your A ability, because they're going to try to run back into that, and then you hit Inspire so you can just dive in with your B ability. Basically, you spam all your abilities, and then you hit a bunch of attacks, and then she gets them back super fast too. So it doesn't take her forever to get her abilities back. She gets those back fairly quickly as well. So she can constantly just hit people with her attacks, which is a huge benefit to using her. So yeah, that you engage when you know you can secure a kill. Then also Lord, when I'm attacking Lord, that's one of the things that I like to use, because she melts Lord super quick. And then when the whole group is there, and she's actually excels, this is the biggest tip that I'm going to give you, she excels when she's with a full team. So when you're playing solo, I don't know how well she'll be, depending on the team comp. It definitely depends on the team comp. The ADC you use depends on the team comp. If it's not the best team comp that they've chosen, you probably want to, and you're playing ADC, you probably want to go with Bruno, because Bruno has a better escape. He has better escapes. He has a bit more range. So Bruno is just a better pick for that type of situation. But if you do have like a pretty solid team, you definitely, Karrie can definitely do work, especially if she has a tank to stand behind. Because that's one of the biggest things you'll see in this gameplay. When I did go down, I went down because I was being focused, and we didn't have anybody really beefy on our team. We just had a bunch of squishy characters who go down very quickly. So yeah, you definitely want to have a tank in front of you. If you have a tank in front of you, you basically can't be stopped. It's honestly almost impossible to stop her, because she attacks so fast. She'll melt through any target, and it's almost like, yeah, you should be focusing the proper targets, but it's almost like you don't even have to when you're using her, because she melts through everybody so quick. She'll mow down a tank very, very quickly, and she'll just get right back to the squishies. Yeah, she attacks super fast, and he's just insane in that way. So yeah, you definitely want to have a tank and be behind the tank. But another tip that I have for you, I think that's very, very important for her, is you have to have minimap awareness. Like I talked about this in my series, my How to Become an MLBB Pro series, and basically what I talk about in that series is a bunch of things that no one else talks about in the community. A lot of things that's been around for years and years and years, decades, playing when it comes to playing MOBAs. Now, I cover all these things. Minimap awareness is one of the big things. You have to be able to read where everyone's going to be on the minimap, but some situations and some games are just unwinnable, and you have to notice those games as well. Because if your team is just feeding the entire time, and the other team is getting fed, like if the other team has a carry and that carry is just super fed, you're probably not going to be at the advantage. Even though I've still been able to beat some of those carries because they don't have as good of a build as I do. Like a lot of them don't know how to build them. They build carry with damage and stuff like that, or critical strikes, and not knowing that, no, I mean, that's really not going to be as effective as if you build her this way. So yeah, you can still beat somebody if you have a better build. So that's why I always like to go for a strong build, have a very strong build, and I create my builds and craft my builds to that specific character. I don't just use the same build on every single person, because every single person is differently. Every single person works differently. So yeah, you have to make sure your builds are crafted to your playstyle as well. So when I explain the way I use my builds, I explain it because you have to understand how my playstyle is, and if your playstyle is different, you can adjust some items here and there that matches your playstyle better. That's basically what you should do. You should start with when you see a build, it starts as a blueprint. That's a blueprint for you. Then you factor in what would make you a better player. Like so basically you have to use someone else's video as like a blueprint, and then find what works best for you. Use everything as a guide, but not as like set in stone, this is what I'm going to be using every single game, because at the end of the day, you have to find what works best for you. What works best for one person might not work as well for you. Like what works well for someone else, you might have the same playstyle as them, so it might work perfectly for you. But you have to know that. You have to be able to see that for yourself. And that's one of the biggest things. Like even in my series that I was just talking about, I talked about abstraction. You have to be able to think for yourself. You have to be able to actually think. So don't just use things that you see online, because yeah, it's not going to help you become a better player. The only way you'll become a better player is if you know why you're using those things, what they do, and all that stuff. So yeah, those are some of the tips that I have. A lot of those are general tips. Some of them are specific to Karrie, but those are a lot of the tips that I have, and a lot of the tips that I use when I'm using Karrie. Some of the combos that I like to use. A lot of times I just like to poke at people. I like to do a lot of poking with that A ability. You throw that out there and just keep poking them. Then when I'm ready to attack, what I do is I dive in, I hit my ultimate, I hit inspire, and then I attack people. Like that's basically what I like to do. So it's basically A, start poking, then you go in with B, and then you go in with C, and then inspire. And then your attack speeds are going to be so high they really can't do anything, and they're just going to go down. So you can melt people fairly quickly. Like I said, she's one of the fastest attacking heroes in Mobile Legends, if not the fastest attacking hero. And yeah, the only thing you have to look out for is the minimap. Make sure no one's trying to gank you or anything like that. But those are pretty much all the tips that I have for you all. That's pretty much all there is to playing Karrie, in my opinion. Yeah, you make sure you keep your mind on the fact that she also does have a pretty strong passive. That passive is pretty huge. Like she does true damage, and if you don't know what true damage means, it basically means that armor or anything like that, anything to resist against the damage that you're laying down on somebody, it's not going to do anything. Like, so all the armor in the world is not going to stop her from damaging you every 5th attack or 6th. Like, so yeah, that would be the 6th attack. So that 6th attack, you're going to get all the pain. And then, like I said, once she hits her ultimate, she lays off about like 15 to 20 attacks before the ultimate wears off. So that's crazy. Like, she's going to hit you like 4 times, and you're gonna take all of the damage that she's dishing out. So yeah, that's why not many people can survive when they're going up against her, because I mean, they can't really relate, they can't really compare to that, and especially when you take into consideration the fact that she's gonna be regaining her health as well. So yeah, it's no contest with her right now. I think she's definitely the strongest ADC in the game, especially if she has a team. Now solo, that's questionable, because anybody can get focused solo. But so yeah, I definitely say Bruno is the safest bet to go with when you're playing solo, but that's just my opinion. Let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. How do you play this hero? Do you have any tips for us to use and try? I love the conversation. I love to hear what you all have to say. But that's pretty much it, y'all. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop that thumbs up, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.
You my brother for life. Man, that shit don't sit right with me. Niggas say they gon' ride with me. When you died, I was on your side. Mama, I need you. Your son, he need you. Your son is evil. They think they equal. These niggas don't get it. Gotta ride around on my city. Can't let them get me. Ride around my feet.